What's going on, people? Welcome to DR Sports. Welcome to another edition of Good Morning / Afternoon / Good Evening Qatar. I don't know, but it is a little bit later in the day. And as you can see, I'm a one-man band today. Robbie's feeling a little bit under the weather. AGT's gone home. And we're all kind of feeling it now at the minute. The World Cup's been so fast-paced. And it takes its toll on you, man. So I'm holding down the fort today here on DR Sports after another insane day of football, insane results. I was at the first game, Brazil against Croatia. Me and Jason were there, as you saw afterwards, and you saw probably watching the game. Brazil went crashing out. And you know what? We all kind of wanted to see that Brazil-Argentina semi-final. But you guys saw here on DR Sports, I was talking to them Brazil fans, and they were saying, you know, Messi ciao, we'll see you in the semi-finals. And I went, but you got to play Croatia first. They're not a bit, you know. The guy said, no, 3-0 easy. Excuse me, 3-0 easy. We've got it. And I thought that was a little tad disrespectful, a little bit overconfident. And to be fair, the game was incredible because you know what? Although Croatia are getting mocked for their tactics and people saying that, you know, they just stayed behind the ball and all that. And listen, I watched the whole game and Croatia were good. I just think they don't have that bite up front. I think in midfield, between Kovacic and Modric, and I think was it Kramaric is the other midfielder, they were pulling strings in there. You know, Brazil couldn't get near them, and they were struggling to break them down. In the second half, especially when Neymar started getting on the ball and Brazil made the changes, of course, they looked like they're more likely to score. And Neymar scored a great goal, you know, in extra time, especially when his country needed him. But the fact that Croatia then turned it on and there's 5 minutes to go and Brazil couldn't hold on to a lead that they'd worked so hard to get onto, that's not Croatia's fault. So some Brazilian fans that Croatia won by luck, and I don't see that. It's not luck when Croatia always, you know, historically, you know, in the big tournaments have got to semi-finals. They have a lot of penalties, they have a lot of extra times. What the evidence suggests is that actually Croatia, when it matters, are a very, very difficult team to beat, whether they play good, bad or indifferent. Arch Japan. So it's not luck. You can't call it luck. You don't consistently get this far in tournaments by luck. Having said that, look, the Brazilian coaches resigned from then. There was a lot of Brazilian tears yesterday. And look, when some of the more rational Brazilian fans, they said, look, at the end of the day, they thought they actually did enough to win the game and deserved to win the game. But it's football. And if it goes to a penalty shootout, it's a lottery. And that's kind of true. You know, if there's 5 minutes to go in the game, you've scored an extra time. And now there's 5 minutes to hang on and you can't do it. You got to say, man, that Brazil team has massively choked. They've massively bottled it, man. You know, big expectation. Like I said, one eye already on the court at the semi-final, against Argentina. Before they played, And they fumbled the bag, man. It's as simple as that. Brazil fumbled the bag. And as a result, they've gone home. And in the other semi-final that Robbie was at, wow, what a game that was as well. Argentina against Netherlands, 2-2 in regular time. And being 2-0 down, you know, that guy Messi, again, you know, scores a penalty. Dumfries bringing down Acuna and has a hand in the first goal as well with a fantastic pass. It just looked like it was written for Messi in the stars. And obviously that story still continues, but I'm talking about at 2-0 when you're watching that game. And you're thinking the Netherlands are dead and buried. And Wout Weghorst, listen, I remember him playing in the Premier League season before last, was it? Yeah, because actually it was last season because Burnley got relegated then, didn't they? And he was a handful then. I remember him playing against Man United. I was at Turf Moor and I thought, this guy, he's a handful, man. And look, he comes on, scores a great header and gets them back in it. And then you get that last minute, the last kick of the 10th minute it basically was, or the 9.5 minutes on the clock, whatever it was. And it's like, this is literally the last kick of the game, free kick. To try that free kick at that moment of the game and to perfectly execute it as well was absolutely incredible. And it just, you know, if there was more Dutch fans there would have been absolute scenes. There was a little cluster of Dutch fans just in front of the Argentinians that was, you know, heavily populated the whole ground at the Lusail. And for them to score that goal in that moment, that was unbelievable. I don't think anyone could believe it. Me and Jason got back just in time and we saw most of the game. And we were watching it on the TV. I just screamed, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Jason called it as well. He was like, yeah, just play it short, just to do a little routine. And they did. And then extra time, you know, Argentina comes strong again, especially in the second half. They were trying to win the game. I think they hit the post. There was a block from Van Dijk that he didn't know much about. There was a corner from Di Maria that nearly went in. It was carnage. They had scuffles. They had fights. Who was it? Was it Paredes booted the ball into the subs bench as well? So crazy game, and Argentina go through on penalties as well. Emi Martinez had a lot to say for himself as well. But the Dutch could definitely be proud. But on to today. The big ones, Morocco against Portugal, which me and Jason will be at, and England against France. Massive, massive quarterfinals. But as usual, we have to talk about the prediction battle, the DR Sports prediction battles, the who knows wins between Abby and Lee. There was a nice little pot of money there as well to be won. So make sure you guys enter that. Only £1 to play. Excuse me. There is a link in the video description below if you want to get involved, and a QR code is also on screen for you to do so and get involved. England against France. Let's go with these two guys. They've both gone half-time. Will be a draw, and full-time. Wow, they've both gone for France to win. None of them back England to win this game. Abby and Lee. That's disgraceful. Lee, I know he's got the Harry Kane thing, but come on, Abby. You should have the Harry Kane thing the other way around. No belief. You don't think we're going to win this game? I mean, I get why, but come on. Come on, you got to believe at least. You got to believe. Harry Kane to score any time. Even Lee has put yes. Lee has put yes. Harry Kane will score at any time. But he's put England to lose. He's countered that. You see what Lee's done? He doesn't want Harry Kane getting too much joy. He said he can have a goal, but he's not getting the result. He's not getting the result. And Abby's gone yes as well. Over both teams to score. Both teams to score. Abby and Lee have both put yes. And France to receive over 1.5 cards. They've both put yes to that as well. And in the other game, Morocco versus Portugal, they've both gone, Abby and Lee, with a full-time Portugal result. And Ramos to score at any time. They've both gone yes. I mean, what does the coach do in that game? Does he start Ramos or does he not? And Portugal to receive over 1.5 cards. Abby and Lee have gone yes. So remember, if you want to go head-to-head with those guys or your friends, get involved. The QR code is on the screen and the link's in the video description below. You don't have to get every question right. You just have to get the most of them right. It's only £1 to play as well. So there's some good money up for grabs there. Now on to today's game. Let's start with England against France. It's at the Al Bat Stadium, which is kind of the furthest out from where we are. This will be the third World Cup meeting between England and France, with the Three Lions winning both of the previous two. A 2-0 victory in 66 when it came home, and a 3-1 victory in 82, both in the group stages. And England are looking to win 3 consecutive World Cup matches for the first time since 1990. Wow, since Italia 90. When the third such match came in the quarter-final, the Three Lions have won their 4 matches at this year's World Cup, drawing 1. They have only won more at a single edition of the tournament in 1966 when we won it. France, on the other hand, they are unbeaten in 13 games in which Kylian Mbappe has started in the World Cup and European Championships combined, winning all 9 which he has started at the World Cup. The Frenchman has directly been involved in 12 goals in 13 starts, scoring 9 and making 3 assists. So obviously they're heavily dependent on Kylian Mbappe. But here's my message to Gareth Southgate and the team. Don't focus all your energy on Kylian Mbappe. Don't be scared. And go for it, you know what I mean? And don't change formation. That's the third one. Don't go to a back 5, man. You know, don't get me wrong. Kylian Mbappe is insane. And you know what? Kyle Walker can have him on lock for 99% of the game. And that 1%, Kylian Mbappe is capable of coming inside and scoring. But, you know, we've got threats of our own, man. We need to be unleashing Foden. We need to be unleashing Saka. We need to get Harry Kane chances, keep him central, keep him not drifting out wide or dropping too deep. We want him in transition like how we scored against Senegal. You know, Jude Bellingham, powerhouse. We need him functioning. Jordan Henderson's played well. We need him functioning as well. Some people have suggested maybe bringing in the likes of Calvin Phillips into this game, but I just think Jude Bellingham, I think, is undroppable, and Henderson's earned the right, to be fair, to start in this game. So, yeah, massive, massive game. I just hope England don't bottle it in terms of not playing their game and not going for it. Too much consumption in Kylian Mbappe can be England's downfall. You say to Kyle Walker, that's your man, you know what you got to do. You say to Luke Shaw, Dembele, that's your man, you know what you got to do. If Luke Shaw and Kyle Walker have great games, England got a great chance of winning this game. Yeah, Tchouameni and Rabiot in midfield and then Griezmann just behind the striker, I get it. But at the end of the day, I think if you lock off those two on the wings, that England got a great chance of winning this game. Prediction, I'm going to go England on penalties. That is insane, and I don't know if I can put my heart through that, but I think it's going to be 1-1 in the game, and I think England will win on penalties. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we'll win the game. And the second game is Portugal versus Morocco. What a game this is going to be. There have been 11 previous games in the knockout stages at the World Cup between African and European teams, with 9 of those being won by a European side. The 2 exceptions are Senegal's 2-1 extra time win over Sweden in 2002 and Morocco's penalty shootout victory win over Spain in the previous round this year. And Portugal scored 12 goals in 4 games in this World Cup, only netting more in a single tournament back in '66. Their 12 goals have been netted by 8 different players, which is the most different goal scorers they've ever had at a World Cup tournament. Listen, what I will say is this. Portugal, yes, okay, of course, will be favourites for this game. And Portugal, I think, got more in them than Spain. But let me tell you something, having been at a lot of these Morocco games, especially the last game and the game against Belgium that they had, they take over the stadium and it is like a home game. And if Portugal don't have enough bite in their game, they don't have enough penetration, they don't work the keeper enough, Morocco will build in confidence and they will hang on in there. I think they've conceded one of the least amount of goals at this tournament. They are really, really solid outlook, along with Argentina. So they know how to defend, they know how to dig in deep, and they know how to stifle opposition. I think Portugal will have too much for them. I do. But, for the underdog mentality, what a story that would be for Morocco to beat Portugal. And I spent time with the Moroccans. You guys saw here on DR Sports, it was absolute scenes when they beat Spain on penalties. So, look, I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule out Portugal going out. I wouldn't rule out France going out. It's all to play for and anything can happen. Yesterday's games show you that. And, there's been a lot of people moaning about the World Cup being in November and saying the players are going to be tired and it's not right and all of this stuff. This has been arguably the best World Cup already, and it's not even over yet. So drop your predictions in the boxes below. Let me know what you guys think about the games coming up, England, France, and Morocco against Portugal. And I will see you on another video tomorrow, hopefully with England through to the semi-finals of the World Cup. I'm out of it. Peace.
DR Sports is entering the metaverse.
Welcome to Habbo.
Come play games and chat about the latest football drama.
Meet up with friends, meet new people, and have a great time.
I'll be there on special VIP days. Click the link or go to the website at habbo.com.